When I started with this company, we didn't have any of the modern stuff we have nowadays. We built buildings without computers. We built buildings without telephones. We hardly had any motorized equipment.
Well, when I first started, there was like ad machines and typewriters, that was it.
I've been working with Clancy and Tays for 18 years, going to 19 years now.
I've been now with Clancy and Tays for about 25 years.
When my dad worked here, he worked in Raleigh. I would come to the office, and there's actually some people that still work here that remember me when I was 6 years old, which is always kind of interesting.
I've been here about 6 years almost.
We had 3 project managers. I was one of them, and my cousin was the other, and Tim was the other.
We couldn't afford a secretary, so if you had something important, they didn't have answering machines back then. I mean, either rang somebody answer, or they didn't.
My dad and uncle started this company. I've seen letters that go back as far as the 40s. They had a letter my dad sent to my uncle, and he said, I'm in the business here. We're building some homes, building some other things. Raleigh's a nice place. I think we could make a living being in construction. They were kind of an unlikely pair in some ways, but they got along great.
The Clancy's were a very close family.
Working here has been amazing. I would say you hear a lot of people talk about a family environment, and to hear someone talk it and then to experience it is two different things. It's just, you can't explain it.
I came from New England, and when I made the move, I left my family up there, and coming here, I have a family with Clancy and Tays.
I don't have any family here, that everybody's back in Russia. So that's another part that creates a little homesick sometimes for me. So I feel that Clancy is my family.
We have a lot of good people because of how we treat them, and we have a lot of great clients because of how we treat them. And we always go above and beyond the call of duty to serve our clients for whatever their needs may be. And even from the very first project that I worked on, I can remember being on site at midnight on a Friday night trying to get something done for our client, and Tick Clancy showing up out on the job site. And so those types of things were just ingrained in the very early days, and we've tried to carry that on. We've been very fortunate over the years to do a number of really great projects. Some of the most outstanding projects, one would be the headquarters facility we built for NASA out at the Cape.
My most memorable project since I've been here is the complex of buildings that I'm currently working on for Live Oak Bank. They're all, so far, award-winning buildings. They're a lot of wood construction in them, and we're self-performing all of the carpentry work.
I have to admit I have a great fondness for the pier and the aquariums. They kind of demonstrate, since we're in the coastal area, things that are very close to us.
Peace Project is the project I've only really been on from the beginning, but it's definitely been a memorable project. So one of the things at Peace that we've rolled out is HoloBuilder, which is a 360 camera video tool, and you're able to go into each unit before they hang sheetrock.
For us, virtual design and construction, it's not just a flashy marketing tool. It's actually a leading edge technology that we use here at Clancy and Tays every day to keep our projects on schedule and in budget.
So we use BIM 360 Field, which our field guys have the iPads that create the checklists, punch list. We do our daily reports there, photos, progress, pictures.
We don't want to leave just buildings on the landscape. We want to help the people to have that feeling that we get when you get to see the end product of something you can mastermind, that an owner has masterminded.
You can drive by, you can look at it, and you can say, I had a small part in, in making this.
Well, we've had a lot of experience working with Clancy and Tays. We've done condominium buildings, done apartments, we've done office buildings, strip centers, a museum, and in each case, it's just a pleasure working with the people at Clancy and Tays, and it just takes the stress and the drama out of a building project.
I think about Clancy and Tays and their leadership, and I do think about words like collaboration and trust. It's quite a benefit when you get to work with people that you count as friends.
I've worked with Clancy and Thays for over 30 years. And looking back, it's hard to believe that it can be that long, but it really is. And we've had a great time together, and we've done a lot of good work together.
Always been very reasonable in cost. The quality of the work, though, I would have to say, has always been higher than we expected.
They're one of the rare breed of contractors that doesn't bring a problem to you as an owner or an owner representative. They always bring a problem with a solution.
It's one of the rare times that once we finish the project, everybody's tired of each other. We all want to go home, but a lot of us remain friends and still keep in contact. And of course, we call them and say, hey, we've got a project coming up. You want to bid on this, please? And they do.
Clancy and Thays being around for 70 years is not really a mystery to me. They treat their clients with respect and fairly. They treat the subcontractors with respect and fairly, and they treat the employees the same way.
What's really huge about this and kind of puts this into perspective is I heard about 10 years ago, first 3 years of a construction company's lifespan, only 1 out of 100 survive it.
I think Clancy and Thays has been successful for such a long tenure of time because generally how they just treat people, our employees, how each person is treated as an individual, allowed to grow, and also how we treat our clients. I think that carries a lot of value and is a good recipe for very long-term success.
The reasons why I think we made it to 70 years is just kind of how we built these long relationships with clients, with our subcontractors, with our architects, and then how we've also adapted over the years and continue moving forward, especially with our BIM program.
I think the reputation of the company over the years has built something that is more than just bricks and sticks. So the involvement of all the people and the construction of all these buildings and the reputation of standing behind what is built has been a major contributor to the success of the company.
I think a lot of it is just luck where we started. And my dad and uncle were really good people, and the people that came to work here stayed here.
Now it's been 70 years, and I think they're creating an infrastructure to be successful for another 70 years. And so all we can do now is try to live on the Clancy way.
The Clancy way, and what that means to me, is the fact that we always are doing the right thing. No matter when those hard decisions sometimes about making that decision to do it, it's always about doing the right thing.
That support system from the top down, from the vice president in the corner office to the senior PM, down to the PM, down to the assistant, down to the superintendent, all the way to the hourly guys in the field.
It's just a way of treating others how we want to be treated.
The way that each department kind of has their own processes and how the Clancy Way brings it together in order to make the magnificent buildings that we see.
Clancy Way is making our customers successful, empowering our people to do the right things.
The Clancy Way to me is build it safely, build it right, and leave a product that you're proud of.
It's not any one thing. It's a diversity of people and buildings and experiences that has developed a culture that has enabled us to carry on for as long as we have.
I'd like to tell my employees thanks for helping us get here. I appreciate everything you've done, and appreciate all you've done for Clancy and Thays, and I hope that it's been rewarding for you.
I'd like to give a congrats to the whole team here on 70 years. Job well done. And we appreciate the relationship and look forward to working with y'all some more.
I've been here 23 years and I've loved every minute of it. I don't know that I'll ever work for another company. I mean, they would literally have to kick me out the door.
I would like to speak to Tim and Tech and Andy, the three people who have been part of my life for 40 years. Thank you truly for everything that you've done for me, that you have allowed me to do.
I've had a fabulous career working with them, and they have made my career more meaningful because we have that ability to bring that vision, but they really bring that vision to reality.
Yeah, I'll just say, Tim and Tick, congratulations. I think it's just awesome that you guys are still running the shop and just doing it so effectively. We really, truly value the relationship with each of you individually, with Baker and the rest of the company and everybody that works here. And we look forward to more jobs, successful jobs together. So thank you for all you do to make us successful.
So as kind of we wrap things up, I would just like to say congratulations for 70 years of just some fantastic projects, and we look forward to a bright future.